All right. Who would like to volunteer as tribute for the recap?
Not me.
You
Maddie
ran
would
the
love to do it.
sessions.
Maddie would
Certainly you
love to
could
do
do
it.
it, right?
I ran the session last time and I don't want to do it.
No, that's why I'm
Well,
saying you're the most familiar with it, right?
most qualified to do it, right, Maddie?
I
I'll give
gave
you a quick
I
recap, but
gave
it's
the
gonna be
recap
very
for your
good
session. It's a little hypocritical, isn't it?
because I forgot what the fuck happened.
Okay.
That's why, you
All
know.
right. Well, let's
Only
work on
no,
it. Let's
only took 3 months to get
let's.
to it. So
Oh, wait, okay, let's work on it together then. Okay, from what I last remember, when we left off, we had we had caught up with the pickpocket or whatever he was doing, that little kid that stole from Alaris. We chased him down. We found him in a crowd of people. There was, I think, a Rangoon eating contest, and in that crowd there was a stray, somewhat injured, living creature
okay,
Rangoon.
I got it, Dan. I got it, Dan. I got
Okay,
it,
go
Dan.
ahead.
So, okay, so there was a small little pickpocket that you made him shit himself, and then he ran into a corridor, and you guys kind of went and like chased after him, and then you guys ended up at a crab and goon eating contest, and while watching the said crab and goon eating contest, you uh stepped on one of the crab rangoon little fuckers kneecaps, and then snapped off, and he kind of like ran and snipped the top of the trophy off for the golden rangoon uh, topper piece, and then he ran away. You guys chased after, you couldn't find him, and he talked to the mayor and some other dude, and I told you to go follow this direction and look at a certain symbol. So you guys went and um, try to find the said, or try to find like the said symbol towards the mountains. And on your way there, you came across a river. You crossed a river, and then you came to a bunch of different rock formations. You went in the rock formations. You went in a cave, and then Senna went and slipped and fell, and with her left foot inside of like one of like the trap things, and some creme rangoon uh, cream cheese, and then the bottom half of her leg turned into a fried wonton. And then you guys proceeded down the cave, and then you met the crab father, and then you proceeded to have a um, fight with the crab father, barely making it out of it alive. And then you pickpocket him, and you guys made your way all the way back to the town. And then the mayor and his goon went and threw you guys in a giant vat of um, cream cheese, and then you guys popped out back in the world, and that's where we are right now. Back to you,
Beautifully
Dan.
done. Painless. Nice. Thank you. So, as we come back from that weird crabby fever dream, um, we the party basically awakes in the familiar tunnel system that they were in before that little side quest. As that feeling and rush of surging water kind of subsides, that faint whiff of crab and cream cheese linger in the air, seeming like a very, very bad and strange dream that you all shared together. You all look around and kind of like get a grip on where you are and get a bearing on the situation. You kind of pat yourselves on the shoulders and realize all the damage that we had sustained or thought we had sustained during that weird fever dream is completely gone. We're all back to 100 HP, so make sure to update your sheets right now. And then as you're doing that, you're looking around the room that you're currently in. So you are no longer in Crab World, but you're also no longer in that chamber that you were in before. And so now you're in a completely new room. When you look around, you see this cave system has opened up into kind of like an antechamber, a medium-sized room. There are crates lining the walls, kind of half broken and moved seemingly in a haste. From between the wooden slats of the crates, you see a very faint purplish glow coming from within them. All around the ground are kind of tracks in the dirt and in the mud. You see kind of faint tracks that look like they're about the size and shape of a goblin's foot. You also see a set of minecart tracks, not even properly set up. They're just kind of in a haste, roughly, loosely, kind of half sinking in the mud and kind of shuffled on top of each other. And leaned up against the inner walls also are a couple of minecarts. They're kind of in rough shape. They're losing, or a couple of them have lost wheels. You can't really see what's in any of the crates or any of the minecarts from right now, but you're looking around and you at the very least realize that this place is more familiar than that fever dream was. So as we come back here, how are your characters feeling? What are you doing? What are you thinking?
I cannot spell. Did not have this up. I want to kind of hunch over and then like my arm grab my stomach, and she's gonna say, "Tyr, I don't feel so good."
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think I ate too much cream cheese. Or whatever
Oh,
that was. That shit was good.
Wow. Who could have thought that was gonna happen?
I think I'm lactose intolerant.
Says Tyr.
Alaris starts kind of like lightly brushing his finger as if to almost try and scrape the side of Senna's leg that used to be made out of like fried wonton, to try and see if she's in fact completely back to normal. Are you sure you're feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. My stomach hurts like a bitch. I'll be fine.
As you guys are kind of getting abreast of the situation and getting over what the fuck just happened to you, you do hear some faint shuffling, kind of broken up footsteps in the distance, slowly coming towards you. One damp, slow step echoing in the distance at a time, bouncing off the walls of the chamber, coming around the corridor behind you.
So you said we seen some footprints, yeah?
Yeah.
What direction are they going? Are they coming from where I'm hearing the sound?
They seem to be like almost. It's well, go ahead and roll perception, or even an investigation. One you can pick. I guess it would be investigation.
Man, dude, my fucking perception, I'm fucking known as a +11.
Wait, a +11? Like the modifier is 11?
Yeah, and she's the same fucking letters.
Is she a giant eyeball?
No. She's one like perspective bitch, dude. Like she can like see bullshit out through anybody. It's beautiful. Okay. All right.
And as Maddie does that, real quick, as Maddie does that, everybody just take a long rest in your character sheets just so we have reset like slots and HP and all that shit. Sorry, go ahead, Maddie.
It was. Hang on 1 second. All right, it was a 5. I was doing.
Oh shit! Okay. So with a 5, you clear the salt water and cream cheese out of your eyes, and looking at the tracks, you basically see them kind of all in a flurry, kind of blending together, It's very difficult to tell which direction. If anything, it looks like they were coming and going from a bunch of different directions, almost like they were very hastily moving stuff around and coming and going from different places. So you can't really tell if there's one place that they were all trying to get to or coming from.
Okay, I'm just going to find a minecart and like hide inside of it.
Okay, so you make your way towards one of the walls on the side. Now, Senna's pretty big, but help me out knowing exactly how big she is because it feels like it changes.
6'9".
6'9", 310 squat.
And how wide is she?
I mean, she's like
Wider than your mom's pussy.
I'll try.
She's built like a fucking linebacker.
Okay. So, so these mine carts look to be about the size of the average goblin. So you don't quite fit naturally inside of it, but you do hop inside, and if you, I guess you wouldn't have to roll a stealth, right? Because you're not like in combat or something. But from there, you basically almost look like a Goomba, where it's like just the head of you is just poking out from this mine cart, and the rest of you is like shoved inside. But you're from the shoulders up, everybody around you can see you pretty clearly as you're trying to like shimmy down and squeeze your way further down inside of it.
Is there like a blanket or something, or like a Lars, give me your cloak.
This is cashmere. Fuck.
Okay, but just be careful about it. You kind of smell of cream cheese and crab.
I'll be careful. I'll be careful. I swear.
Like, I don't have a lot of stuff. This was given to me from someone really special. Don't be messing with it.
If I fuck it up, I'll make it up to you. Okay, I promise.
Sorry, was this whole entire exercise to get me to give her
the steps
my jacket?
The steps are gradually getting shuffled closer and closer to you.
I'm sorry, this jacket is worth more than she's ever actually owned any money.
Alaris ditches the cloak and throws it over you like a tarp, and turns to Tyr. Yeah. Well, at the very least, this buys us a little bit of quiet.
I'm gonna get down as far as I can inside of the fucking minecart.
Okay.
Alaris shoves his loincloth onto Senna's face.
Can you go ahead and roll, what would it be, like stealth, or what would it be?
It would be a deception.
Oh, let me see.
I think. Well, it depends. What is he, like?
Well, I just want, I want to find out basic. Yeah, roll stealth. Roll stealth.
Okay.
Whatever the plus modifier is, just add that if you have one.
21.
Holy shit. Okay, so you officially are...
I did that D&D Beyond, so you can fucking look
No,
at
I
it
saw it. I saw it. It came up on my screen too. Yeah, I'm like 21, motherfucker. But by the way, how fun was it to like have us have the good rolls for a change, and you just have to deal with it?
The bullshit. That's what that was.
Yeah, now you know the feeling. Okay, so for 21, you are nestled the fuck in. You seemingly had a brilliant idea, and even Alaris and Tyr are looking back at you like, you know what? We were skeptical, but it's a great fucking plan. I don't even know where she went. So you are, it's very like loosely draped over you, but it's covering all your green extremities. So you're nice and safe in there. No one can really see you. From there, what do Alaris and Tyr do?
I'm trying to think of like something that I could do here that would really make sense. But unfortunately, I'm kind of drawing a blank.
The footsteps start getting closer and closer, and even getting quicker and quicker paced and more intense as they start to round the corridor door behind you and get closer to you. Alaris looks over at you and looks over at Senna and says, "I feel naked without my cloak." And then he tries to dive in and try and get into the cart with Senna. Senna, what do you do?
squeeze it between my legs. I'm trying to shove him down there.
No, there's gonna be room. What the fuck would we roll for that shit? Would it just be like, let's do stealth, but roll it with.
Room between
Here's
my
what I'll do.
legs. Yeah.
Here's what. Well, how about we do this, Maddie? You and I both roll stealth for each of our characters, but we roll it with disadvantage because that's like I don't anticipate someone fucking fitting in there. So whoever gets the lower roll between us, okay?
Oh, that one.
I rolled a 10. Okay, so now what? There's no fucking room for another human being inside of there. So with that, Alaris is like, his back legs are like stuck outside as his front half is trying to dive in. What do you do as he's kind of like stuck there squirming? Basically blowing your cover.
Trying to shove him down into like a small ass crevice that I can.
Okay, if you
I'm
want,
trying
you
to
can do it strength.
try and finagle his small druid body.
You rolled a fucking nat one. It's not working. Okay, so at that point, you're shoving him as hard and as deeply into the cart as you can, and he's basically just agonizing in pain as you're basically crushing his head like a grape. He's feeling like it's about to pop like a green grape. So at that point, the footsteps are getting even closer and closer. Tyr, do you do or say anything at that point?
Hell no. I manifest a lazy boy and some popcorn.
Okay, so with that, as Lars is still struggling in the cart, his head about to be popped like a grape, you do see the shadow starts to cast around the corner of the bending corridor and starts to come towards you before the actual figure steps forward. And you start to recognize it, and then as it comes closer and closer to revealing itself, it reveals himself to be Lumerith. Looking over at you quietly, but in a state of very, very calm judgment. What do you guys do to Lumerith? Right? I feel like I'm sorry, but with a nat one, I feel like your cover's pretty blown, so the cloak is pretty much half fallen off at this point, so you should be able to peer through.
I just want to poke my head out underneath it, like underneath like the cloak.
Okay, you do.
And just stare at him.
I'm sorry, Dan. Can you describe who Lumerith is again? My brain just isn't.
It's Nick's character.
Yes.
There ain't no way.
He's
You're
nobody.
right. You're right. His name was Lumerith. We met him for two fucking sessions, if that. So sorry for not rounding him.
You're okay. So he does break his silence for once, or seldomly, and asks, "Am I interrupting?"
Yes. Go away.
What am
Die.
I interrupting?
I'm trying to fit in this minecart, god damn it.
You trying to fit this dick in your mom.
Okay, at that point, you hear Alaris go. You hear Alaris just basically struggling and gasping. It sounds like he can't really breathe, and he's trying to get the fuck out. So, in response to feeling him struggle to get up, what do you do, Senna?
I just helped him up.
Okay, that's very kind of you.
It's
I was like,
I
might be about to have to like roll grapple or something like that.
No. I'm just gonna help him up and then put his cloak very gently back on his back.
All right. Okay. Well, that's very sweet. So as he kind of
and then give him a sweet pat on the head afterwards.
Okay. So his face kind of bright red, lacking of oxygen. His hair is especially like disheveled. He looks pretty like just like aghast and confused, staring at Lumerith, realizing, oh, that was all for nothing. But he does appreciate the kind pat and the having his cloak back. That was very nice of you. So from there, do any of y'all do or say anything?
I got nothing that I really want to do or say.
Where'd you go? We didn't see you back there.
I had a bit of a fall. I couldn't make it back to you in time. I assure you I am unharmed.
What kind of fall? We needed you.
The surging waters were too much for me to overcome.
Do you understand that I almost got my shit kicked in by a fried wonton? I got burned. Half my leg changed to a fucking wonton for hell's sake.
I don't know what a wonton is, and I don't intend to find out.
It's something that you should eat because it's delicious. But that's beside the point.
Show me your leg.
Well, it's not there anymore.
A dubious story. As he looks at you doubtfully and with even a hint of impatience. So from there, Lumerith looks around and he starts to peer at the tracks in the dirt, and his passive perception will basically let him to see that the tracks in the dirt, even though it's still kind of like a flurry and difficult to know where they're coming from, they seem pretty chaotic, and it's difficult to know even how many goblins were here, but he's able to identify that they start to kind of congregate over by the crates themselves. And as he's gazing on, or his eyes land on the crates, you guys also start to notice that there is that faint glow, that purple glow coming from between the wooden slats in the crates.
I shoulder check the crates.
You shoulder check?
Break them open.
Okay. All right. So you hop out of the cart. Okay. Do you want to go ahead and give me a strength check?
Yes. 7.
7. Okay. So with a 7, you get a little hustle in your step going, and the linebacker bod that you have collides into one of the crates. You hear kind of the crackling and sprinkling or splintering of the wood as you kind of caved it in, or caved in the two slats that are most like centered in the crate on one of the walls of the crate. You kind of caved it in, but they're not fully broken. If you want, you can go ahead and let me know what you want to do from there. Okay, you want to go ahead? Go ahead and roll another time.
A little better. 14.
Okay, 14. You back up a little bit more this time, and with a running start, you, like a sledgehammer, you use your shoulder to like bash through the crates. In doing so, you feel not just the splintering of the wood kind of scrape up against you and your shoulder, you also start to feel kind of small shards of glass, and you start to hear them shatter as well. And as you pick yourself back up and look back down at the crates, you see kind of an assortment of different vials containing, or shattered vials that once contained.
Oh fuck! I thought they were rocks.
It was like, well, they're a mine cart. There's probably iron ore in there. Let's go smelting.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Let's go smelting. Let's build some swords, boys.
Well, fuck it. Fuck it, I guess.
Side quest. Senna builds herself an axe. So with that, you see, or you feel, you see and feel the vials basically broken, spilling kind of like purplish liquid. In looking at it, you actually do notice and recognize the liquid itself and the vial's design as being the exact same as the vials that once contained kind of the siphoned magic from the grove trees in your last encounter with one of these labs. So quick, above the table talk. How much do you guys remember about that?
It's been a minute, so I don't remember much.
Hang on. Is it from the underground thing when we did the tree?
Yep.
If you don't know what it is, then shut the fuck up.
Bitch, I was answering his question.
No, you were. You say it now, motherfucker.
No, motherfucker.
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody's
You didn't
friends
know.
here.
Anyways, so we're down the fucking tunnel underneath this fucking tree. That we went into some labs where I got fucking cursed, and I know that we had to rip some shit off or shut some shit down. And I know that I took a vial of whatever the fuck that was. Is it that same shit?
That is the very same shit. Yep.
Yeah, see, I fucking pay attention. You're welcome.
So, essentially, what you've discovered so far, you don't necessarily know why or how or who's coordinating this, but what you've discovered so far is that these underground tunnel networks were once used for the grove themselves and for druids. However, they've been essentially kind of taken over and expanded artificially by an unknown group. You suspect that they're coordinating alongside the Nightshade Brotherhood, which is Selka's order. And while down there, you discovered a few things. You discovered that they have these machines basically hooked up to the roots of these sacred and magical grove trees, and basically draining the essence and the life from them. But you're not sure why or how exactly they're doing it, what this technology is, where it came from, who's operating it. At most, you've seen kind of goblins doing grunt work, but that's about it for what you can recall. And as for these vials, they look to be the exact same as the ones in the crates. So, as you kind of prop yourself back up, the wooden crates kind of splintering and the glass shards of the vials kind of scraped up your shoulder a little bit. However, as the vials were broken and its liquid kind of spilled on top of the open wounds, you start to feel kind of a little bit of a burning sensation coming from your shoulder from where it spilled. And then as you look at it a little bit closer, you start to see that the open wound starts to heal itself in response to the open liquid.
So hold on, I think I'm asked backwards.
So you broke through the crate.
Yeah.
And in doing that, you smashed up the crate and what was in it, which were glass vials of this liquid.
Mm-hmm.
In doing that, you scratched up your shoulder. But the open liquid that kind of spilled on your shoulder is healing it.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna go through this whole fucking crate and find vials that aren't broken.
They're all broken.
Carefully.
They're all broken. There looks to be the remains of just 3 vials, which were all broken.
Is there any other purple hues or any in any of the crates?
You don't see any purple hues emanating from any of the crates, but you
Or any
do.
of the same hues that came from that crate. I'll say that.
No, there. Well, there's like some from the the spilled broken ones are basically a little bit just small puddles, half kind of spilled and drained into the earth and the dirt, and some kind of smeared a little bit on what remains of the crates on the floor of it.
Okay. So there's no more crates?
No, there's a couple more, but that's just the one that you broke through.
Yeah, I'm looking for other crates that looked like the one I broke.
Yeah, I got you. I'm getting to it. So when you look around, so there are two other crates next to it. Neither of them has that kind of emanating purple glow to it. One of them doesn't seem to have, at first glance at least, doesn't seem to have any anything strange about it. The other one though does have a faint golden glow coming from inside of it.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the one with the golden glow, and I'm just gonna use my axe to kind of like, as a crowbar, pry the top of it open.
Okay, we're learning. Okay, nice.
I thought they were rocks.
It's okay. So go ahead and give me a strength check.
Strength check. Oh fuck, an 8.
You know what? With an 8, you are
I'm just
able
gonna
to
keep fucking
wedge.
going at it, so.
That's okay. With an 8, you're able to wedge the one of the blades of your axe in between the top and where it meets the walls, and start to shimmy it through, or back and forth to get it further and further deeper in. And with enough leverage, you kind of hear the groaning of these kind of very tired and warped wooden slats and pins and nails kind of holding it in place start to scrape it across or scrape against the inside of the walls of the grate, and the top goes flying off and up and lands basically up between the wall and the back end of the grate itself. Looking inside, do you look inside?
Yes.
Okay. Looking inside, you see a javelin that has a radiant glow to it.
I take it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in your inventory.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and look at the stats. Essentially, it's a radiant javelin. It explodes on impact if you throw it, and does 2d6 radiant damage in a 10-foot radius. Shadows hit by it have a disadvantage on stealth for 1 minute. But you can only use it once. If you throw it, it will explode on impact.
It's a one-time use.
If you throw it with that intention, you can use it as a javelin, more than once, and it will give you that disadvantage on stealth for 1 minute if you hit a shadow with it. But if you throw it with that intention, then it will explode on impact, doing an AoE of 2d6 radiant damage.
Okay.
So there are a couple ways to use it, but if you do throw it, that's when you lose it. That's the single use.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. As Senna is looking through that loot and kind of like, what's the word? I don't know. Just like reflecting on it. What do you do, Tyr?
I let her figure it out.
Okay. As she's doing that, do you want to do anything? There's
Nope.
another crate. Okay.
I'll open the crate, sure. whatever. Sure.
Okay. You don't have to open the crate. You don't have to do anything.
No, it seems like Senna really wanted to figure it out by herself, so she's doing it by herself.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Nothing.
Okay. Senna, what do you want to do from there?
Continue looting.
Alright, so you want to look at the other crate?
Yes.
Alright. So, same deal. Go ahead and give me a strength check. Assuming that's the way you want to do it.
Yeah, 18.
Okay. So, reinvigorated by this sweet ass fucking javelin, you're excited to see what other loot these crates have in store. So you go ahead and, as strongly as you can, you kind of swing into the side of it. You miss the that lip, that dead center where it meets the wall and the lid meets the wall, but it doesn't even fucking matter because you managed to wedge it through and actually break through the crate, and just with that leverage, hurl it kind of towards you. The top half of the crate, not even just the cover itself, but like the top half of the walls kind of go flying off too. And inside you find, I'm going to go ahead and put this in your inventory, and feel free to like divvy up the loot if you want, but for now this is what it is. If you check that character sheet, by the way, that's what I meant by the inventory, like the spreadsheet.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see the spreadsheet, it's always there. So you find a fungal core fragment. So when you crush it, it releases hallucinogenic spores, and the person who does that can kind of like disperse it and cast it, and you can pick the hallucination that the target will experience. There's other shit to it as well. Basically, you have to do a con saving throw with a DC of 13, or suffer disorientation for 1 minute, which basically means you have a disadvantage on wisdom checks. So basically, it makes you disoriented if you crush it up and throw it at someone, and you get to choose what the fuck hallucination they see. And then
You said that was in the... Wait, quick question. You said that was in
Spreadsheet.
the spreadsheet?
Yeah. Like the Google Sheet?
Okay.
Yeah, do you guys need a link?
I think I can find it. It should be pinned.
I got you.
Yeah.
Alright, sweet. And then the last thing you find is root veil extract. So this is basically a bottle of green liquid that was extracted from a plant called the root veil. And if you uncork it and apply it to your weapon, then the next hit with that weapon will restrain the target with roots.
Dope.
Yep. So feel free to divvy it up if you want, otherwise hold on to it. And that is all the loot in all of the crates.
I'm gonna go and try to turn to everybody and say I want to get the fuck out of here. Claustrophobic in these caves.
Yeah, they seem to be more goblin-sized than half-orc, Alara says. Tyr, what are you thinking? What are you feeling?
I'm just following Senna on this point.
I'm gonna give Tyr a nice slap on the ass, and then kind of like... Shit, is there any like... I don't know where the fuck to go. Tyr, where should we go?
Out of this fucking place.
Well, no shit. We go this way or that way?
Well, how about you figure it out?
Okay, Mr. Dark Vision.
You have dark vision too! You're an orc!
Eat my ass!
That's what I thought!
As you're bickering, Lumerith cuts in to say, "Follow me this way." And he starts to walk past you guys back towards the corridor which he came from, silently expecting you to do as he says and follow.
Follow, but I'm in the back.
Okay, yeah,
Fine.
we can do marching order if you want.
That's fine. I'll be in front of her. That's fine.
Okay, so
I'll
we
follow
got.
Lumarith.
Okay, where do you want Alaris?
Right behind me.
All right. Let me go ahead.
So it's so is
Yeah,
it Lumarith, Tyr, Alaris, myself?
Give me 1 second. I need to grab my notebook. Actually, didn't have it. 1 sec.
Yes, Maddie. Yes.
Okay.
That's how I imagined it to be.
Okay, we apologize for the delay. Okay, so how do you want to do this? Who's up front?
I think Lumarith is because we're.
Yeah,
following
it's
random.
Lumarith, me, and then the other two. I feel like, right?
Yeah. Where
Yeah,
do you want?
said you're in.
You want it to be in the back, right, Maddie? Or Senna?
Yeah, back.
Okay, cool. So we got Lumarith, Tyr, Senna, Lars. So with that, Lumarith starts to very calmly and slowly make his exit through this gradually narrowing corridor, or this hall. As you leave that room behind, it gets darker and darker. The pathway that you're following, this kind of like gradually shrinking, like the walls starting to close and get smaller and smaller around you, along with that ceiling. It starts to feel like a winding path where it feels like you're almost like doubling back. You're going in circles. You're going left and right, and it just feels like a very inconsistent and winding path, and you're not really sure why there's so many twists and turns along the way. And as that's happening, Lumarith just keeps calmly going through it. What are you guys thinking and feeling at that point?
Kind of weird, but hesitant. Senna's kind of like keeping and darting her eyes out, looking for any trouble, if there's any, and loot.
Can you do a perception check, especially ahead of us?
Yeah, go for it.
Hold on, trying to see how much my perception goes up. Besides,
Yours is 4.
4. Thank you. I really couldn't find it. 13.
Okay, so with a 13, you start to hustle up a little bit and walk shoulder to shoulder with Lumarith, as much as you kind of like squeeze through this pretty narrow hall. But as you do, you kind of grab Kyra's lantern up ahead of both of you and start to illuminate the path ahead. And in doing so, you do start to see in the distance kind of a faint, warm glow that's wrapping and warping its way around the next kind of serpent-like turn that you would be taking in about 10 feet from where you are now.
Where's Lumarith going? once we get to the sort of serpentine sort of turn.
Well, it's a one way hall, so he's just making his way down it. Like, what are his
So
intentions?
he's
you
just
mean, or
going.
like-
He's not. Yeah. What his intentions? Like he's just kind of following. I'm guessing, right?
Well, you can ask him. You don't. From the inferences is basically, you guys said you guys want to get the fuck out of here, to which he started saying, "Follow me," and leading you down this way. So that's as much as you know. You're assuming you're on that same page. You're trying to get out. Keep in mind the reason why you came down here to begin with. Do you guys remember what that was?
I mean, I remember there being like a whole problem with the council, and they were like basically unconscious.
Right.
And then we went down this fucking like hole in the middle of the room to where we found Lumerith, and now we're trying to make our way
Yeah.
out, and I think that's where we are.
Right. And then what happened right before that council when you found them all fucked up?
It's a little fuzzy for me.
That's okay. So
was it the
before,
shadow? Was it the weird shadow things?
yeah.
Like
Um,
thorns?
Yeah, exactly. And so before that, well, you found the council of elders, kind of half unconscious, clinging to life, seemingly being like overtaken by vines and weeds and sucked into the earth. You managed to prop one up, I think, on one of the tables within sound, one of the council buildings, or on one of the desks. And I think Maddie or Senna, you even looted one. I think you even looted him. But before that, you were following that shadow, and you actually followed it into a house, and you saw kind of a similar sight to that elder in the form of a young child being kind of wrapped up in vines, like strapped to his bed, sleeping. Basically, that family was unconscious, and along with the rest of the grove, everyone, it's dead quiet. They're kind of you managed to find a couple of trees that are infected with kind of like floating spores in the air hovering above that child, if you remember, while he was sleeping in bed. So it seems everyone is in kind of a perpetual state of like half death, half life, but they're slowly getting weaker. And all of this happened directly after your encounter with Kyra, where you discovered that essentially Selka was responsible for sacrificing Kyra's life. You don't know for what, as essentially as part of some cult-like ritual. As well as you discovered the fact that Selka had killed her father, along with the Nightshade Brotherhood's help, and that order was also responsible for imprisoning that wolf guardian, if you remember, that was supposed to guard the forest, and you freed him.
Yep, I remember.
So essentially, the main thing you're doing now is trying to find Selka, and dig your way deeper and deeper until you find her, and until you have enough information or some way to lift whatever curse or whatever this is on the grove to save its citizens and get vengeance for Kyra and for Kyra's father by hunting down Salka.
10-4. Wow, that was a hot second ago.
Yeah, I know, it's been a minute. So with that, that's where you're following Tyr, hopefully, or where Tyr and everyone is following Lumerith.
No, I'm trying to just keep all of it in mind. There's a lot here.
I just continue following.
Okay. Tyr, do you do anything in response to the fact that you do see that warm, glowing light coming from up ahead?
Not really. I really kind of want to see what that light does more than anything. I don't want to like react to it right away.
Okay. It's basically just like you get the sense that there's a light source coming from around that corner. So you don't see the light in full. You just see it starting to peer through and kind of overcast. But if you guys all just keep going through, though. You can discover what
If I
that
get
light source is.
if I get closer to the light, does the light do anything
You don't.
extra?
You do not see the source of the light, so it's not like
No.
you're getting closer to it. You haven't seen what it is yet. But as you continue to walk forward, it's not reacting differently. It just feels like, as you get closer and closer, it just feels like maybe there's like a fire up ahead or just some warm glow. It doesn't seem like it's reacting to you in any special way.
Okay.
Okay. So as you guys, if you want to continue forward,
Mhm.
you can go ahead and keep going forward. And so essentially from there, you turn around that corner, and this gradually twisting and winding, narrowing path opens up massively, like you were just walking the twisting, winding tail of a snake, and then suddenly here you are at its head, opening up wide into a very, very large corridor that stretches for you can't even see where it ends, but it's essentially like a massive underground hallway where it's like just massive chamber that just keeps going and going, like a very, very big long hall. And so as you encounter this new space, you are overtaken with its size, but then also you're overtaken and you start to feel the kind of the heat from this new room, and you start to see where that light source is coming from, and you actually see on both on both walls, to your right and to the left, are a series of equally spaced torches and like sconces hanging from the walls. Out in front of you is a completely bare floor space, though. It's just covered in mud, essentially, as far as you can tell. There's nothing there. It's just a large area with those sconces on either side of the walls, and you don't quite see the horizon where it ends. What are you guys doing? What are you guys feeling and saying?
Um, as we're walking down this corridor, I kind of want to keep an eye on like the walls and see if any like dirt has like moved recently or anything has been like recently touched or moved or of the sort.
Okay, so you start continuing down that large corridor.
Yeah, like as we're continuing down.
Okay, is everybody in lockstep in that marching order? We're still doing that?
Sure.
I guess
Or-
so.
What, is there something else you want to do?
Mm-mm.
No, it sounded like Steve, you wanted to say
I
something,
don't.
no?
Oh no. No, I didn't.
Mm-mm.
Okay, my bad. Okay, so you continue down that marching order. Lumerith is, I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Lumi. But Lumerith is leading
You
the
might
way.
as well at this point.
I won't disrespect the lad. So he's leading the way. Tyr, Senna, and then Alaris all behind him in that order. As you start to trudge your way through the hall, you start to notice the earth beneath your feet starting to get looser and looser and even damper and damper, and it feels like no longer just like dirt or wet earth. It feels like proper sludge, like thick mud, starting to gradually get deeper and deeper. It's up to your ankles now, as you're still like barely haven't broken through that threshold of that corridor just yet.
Can I
But
check if it's quicksand?
you can do, if you just want. What are you trying? Are you trying to see if you recognize it as quicksand? So then, what would it be like?
Yeah, and like
Wait,
trying to like
sir-
move my foot up like
Okay.
fast.
I
See
wonder.
how it reacts.
Okay, well, let's do one at a time. So would that just be nature at first? If you want to see, allows you to recall lore about terrain, plants, animals. Yes, give me a nature check.
Ooh, -1. 11.
Okay. So at 11, you think back to your days back home in the scarred wastelands that you come from. And you know the site of barren, scorched earth. You know the site of battlefields. You know the site of lands that have not flourished for many, many, many centuries. But you've never come across quicksand in your time. When looking it over, it doesn't feel to be sandy though. It feels like just sludge and muck and mud, which you are more familiar with.
Okay. Then I'll continue to trek onwards.
Okay. Does anyone else do anything?
Are we by one of the torches?
Right now, at least, I guess I should have said it, but in my mind, I'm picturing you guys walking in the center in that kind of like basically ducks in a row kind of thing. So each wall is, I would say, about like, let's say 15 feet from the center of that row that you're walking in on either side. So you're not within reach of it, but you can see it, pretty clearly.
Is it an arm's distance of Senna?
No, like I said, it was like 15 feet. No, it's like 50. You can go there if you want. You can break that file, single file.
Yeah. I was gonna go up to and grab the torch.
Okay.
Torch. And then go back in line.
Okay, so as you do that, you start to kind of like, as you break that single file line, you basically start to feel like the mud beneath your feet is actually getting deeper and deeper the further you stray from that center point. And as you get about like 5 feet from that sconce, you become basically like waist deep in the mud. Yeah, I'm just waiting if you wanted to do anything at that point, or if you wanted to keep going and try and grab it.
Is it still in reach?
Right now it's about 5 feet away from being in reach, but you can still try and go for it.
I'll go for it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check just to really like dig your heels in and try and overcome that last like bit of like sludge and then reach up and try and grab it.
14.
Okay, yeah. With 14, you basically hyperextend yourself as much as possible. Dig deep and try and like launch a little bit forward. A little bit off balance, but broken up by the fact that this mud is like pretty thick. So it's kind of like catching you and keeping you in place from falling all the way. You're able to just barely grab onto the tail end of one of the torches on the walls and lift it up and out of place. As you do that, your face gets within inches, like you're a little bit, you're hunched over and bent over, so your face is and nostrils are like hunched over within inches of the mud that you're standing in. And as you do that, you get this just very potent scent just like hitting you in the fucking back of the nostrils from this scent, and you can't go ahead and roll let me see. Go ahead and roll another nature.
The magic mud. Nature?
Yeah, nature.
Oh, beautiful. A 0.
No! Wait, how? Do you have a -1 or some shit?
Yep.
Oh no. Okay. So, alright, so as you're doing that, you basically are hit pretty fucking like strongly by the scent of this mud, but You don't think anything of it. You just think, wow, this is some fucking nasty smelling mud, and just pick yourself back up and just make your way back towards the center with the others.
Beautiful.
As as you make your way back, Lumerith pauses from walking, looks over at you as you kind of half of you just covered in mud as you're coming out of it, trying to stumble back into line. He just looks over at you, saying, "Do not stray again."
Tell me what to do. I'll fucking fold you like laundry with you inside of it.
I'll do the flip.
Flips him the bird.
All right, so with that, he looks, he shakes his head, doesn't respond to it, and just continues down that path, assuming all of you continue to do so. Do you do anything else, or you just keep going?
Unless anybody else wants to do anything, I think we check forward.
All right, as you do so, you start to feel once again that this center path that once at least felt like higher ground is starting to get lower and lower. And not only that, but it is becoming increasingly more difficult to walk through it, like significantly more difficult. Like the mud is getting so much thicker than even Senna when you were just walking over to grab the torch. It feels like 10 times thicker than when you were struggling to get through it. As this is happening, you start to feel like we'll say Tyr and Alaris, as the both of you are continuing through, you start to feel around your waist, and almost like the mud itself is like not even just being difficult to walk through, but it's wrapping itself around your waist and around your legs, like a pair of tight pants, just completely constraining you, almost like it's holding you back. With intent. Do you do anything as you start to feel that tension?
Yes. So at that point, I try to draw a solution from Senna.
Solution? What kind of solution?
It's up to you.
Well, I'm talking about like a solution to like a fucking puzzle, or a solution as in like a substance?
A solution to the problem that I'm currently in.
Well, I want one too, motherfucker.
So I will say, Senna, you're not feeling it as strongly as the others, as Alaris and Tyr. For some reason, sorry, just to finish that. For some reason, you and Lumerith are not struggling as much as Tyr and Alaris are, and you do not have that sense of like the mud itself is like really wrapping itself around your waist and legs, like every inch of them. You don't feel that.
How far is the mud up to Alaris?
At that point, I would say it's a little bit above his waist.
Okay. And I could see that he's struggling, right?
Yes, you can see Tyr and Alaris, because Tyr's right in front of you, Alaris is behind you, so looking back and forth, you can see that they're both really dragging their feet, like like you're not really sure why, but they've at least articulated to you and just said out loud like what they're feeling, what the sensation is like for them.
I'm going to take Alaris by the shoulder, and I'm gonna tell him to stop, hold up for a second, and then I'm gonna say, "Here, hold this," and I'm gonna hand him the torch, and then I want to try to put him on top of my shoulders.
Okay. So, wow. Okay, I like this. So go ahead and give me a strength check.
Oh my god, you got to.
Okay.
That one.
All right.
So, no.
Wow.
I want to use. No. I want to use a heroic inspiration. This is bullshit.
What's heroic inspiration?
It's the reroll.
Oh no, so that's just is that the full name for just inspiration? Whenever I've been telling you guys you get inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm fucking every single time between sessions. I'm like, why don't they use them? Like I'm gonna have to stop giving them.
Yeah, I want to use it.
Okay.
I'll mark it down.
All right, yeah, go for it.
My fucking god, dude,
It's technically better, right? You got a 5 before.
Uh,
Oh yeah, a
Can
5
I
and then a
rewind
6.
like 5 minutes?
No, you certainly cannot. Okay, that's what you're gonna get. That's we can use that one. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Nick. Thank you. Oh, Nick dropped. God damn. Okay, so with that 6, you hand Alaris that torch, and as soon as he grabs onto it, like almost instantaneously, he starts to like almost immediately feel that tension from around his waist and legs very quickly like retreat and weaken. And then as you grab onto him and try and lift him up, you notice that there's like a decent amount of like give. You get him a little bit off the ground, like off his ankles, but he's still pretty much solidly in the mud. However, as you do that, you start to now feel what he was describing, which was this intense constricting force around your feet, wrapping around itself gradually around your ankles and then shimmying its way up your legs.
Can I put my hand down in the mud to my ankles and see if I feel like something physical grabbing onto me?
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you shouldn't need a check. You should just be able to do that. So if you reach down into the mud and you start to blindly kind of like move your hand, kind of a circular motion, trying to get closer and closer to your sides, to your legs.
Mm-hmm.
You start to feel like a significant difference between that surface mud that you were just breaking through and that initial like several inches that you were like dipping your hand into, and then the closer you get to actually grabbing on to your sides, like to your legs, you start to feel it still feels like mud, but it feels like a different sensation, almost like it's
Texture?
no, you're good. Almost like it's a little bit more coarse and tough, but as you try and grab onto it, you actually feel it start to like almost like respond to your hand motions to try and kind of get out of its way. And in doing that, you are able to like suddenly slip through and make contact and start to feel your leg again. But outside of that, it still feels like there's something like on the surface, like almost wrapped around, like draped over and enveloping your legs. So it's almost like responding to you. It's like there's this outer layer of coarse mud that's like fluidly moving around you in response to your movements, but still restricting you. As that's happening, Alaris chimes in basically to say, I don't understand what's happening. I feel totally fine now. Well, not totally, but I can move a lot better. And it seems like you caught whatever I had.
People that has it. It's gonna keep trekking forward, but like, keep like, what do you want to call? Like a whispering eye on that shit that has me tangled on my feet.
Okay. As this is happening, you start to trudge your way through it. So it's becoming gradually more and more difficult and exhausting or tiring for you to continue walking forward with whatever this is on you. Up ahead, you see Tyr and Lumerith. Tyr is also struggling.
Lumerith, where are you taking us? Why am I waist deep in this shit?
He continues forward, not really answering you, just silently walking and continuing forward down the path.
So I chime in and say, Lumerith, where the fuck are you taking us?
Right as you shout at him, he stops walking, as do you all. He turns around 180 to face you. He takes one large step backwards away from you. He starts to gradually raise his arms up like almost like a T-pose. And as this is happening, Tyr, you start to feel that sensation of constricting force around your legs starts to ease up, almost like it's leaping off of you. And around his waist, you start to see Lumerith have a coarse texture of mud start to gradually creep up like a shell over his entire body, wrapping itself around him, around his arms in that T-pose, even covering his face, gradually wrapping itself behind, from the back of his head, creeping and creeping forward until it finally like envelops his face, leaving only like one nostril and one eye in view. And as that, even those starts to be covered up, you start to see Lumerith basically trust fall back into the mud and sink deeper and deeper and deeper within it until he's completely out of view.
So I would, at that point, I would probably yell, what is this? What magic is this?
And at that point, I'm going to have you guys roll initiative.
Oh, fuck. Initiative. It is a fucking Jesus Christ!
17, baby.
5! Because I fucking rolled a 2! Again!
Okay. So we got
I'm gonna
Tyr.
fix this fucking physical shit. God damn.
Okay, Tyr with 17. Senna with what? With 5?
Yeah.
Okay. And Alaris got 7. It's right there with you, Maddie.
You sound like you're kind of like far away. Dan?
Just because I was leaning over to take notes.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if I need to boost my mic though.
No, you're good now. I just didn't know what was going on.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so with that, give me one segundo. Let me pull up the encounter shit that I have here.
Hey, were you chewing
Wait,
gum?
why isn't it? Hold on.
What?
Are you chewing gum?
Nope.
I keep hearing like a loud snapping noise coming from your mic.
Is my clicking?
No, it's Steve's.
Okay.
This thing keeps lighting up.
Sorry?
So, I was just curious.
Okay,
I
give me a
was
sec.
just
For some
curious.
fucking reason.
I was just sipping my Diet Coke.
Gotcha. All good.
Party,
I just kept
characters,
hearing something.
manage
That's why I asked
characters.
you.
How about you stop inquiring?
Well, I want to know if you're ear fucking me with gum. So, you know, Steve,
Well, I'm
I know
gonna
Nick-
ear
I know
fuck
Nick
you
likes
anyway,
it,
so
but-
shut the fuck
That's-
up!
I knew your dick was that small.
Bitch, what?
You said ear fuck me. I have small ear canals.
Okay.
It's a facto.
It's so facto. Not Maddie with the ipso.
Damn.
Maddie with the ipso.
How did she figure it out?
Alright, and then we got... Okay, now we roll initiative for, for some other, people, lovely people. Okay. So, first on the order is Tyr. Let me just quickly describe what the fuck you're seeing. So as he's disappeared, as Lumerith has disappeared into the muck, you start to see the like vast sea of mud around you on all sides, surrounding you in this large ass corridor, starts to kind of like bubble and fester in a couple different spots. So out directly in front of you, meaning like where Lumerith was, is that first bubbling spot, and out from it is a gray ooze, which is basically like a blob monster made out of gray ooze. Starts to take shape, but it's just completely like undulating and shifting, and doesn't ever stay in one specific shape. It's just constantly changing. And from there, behind you, so that's directly in front of you, and then behind you is another one. And so they're kind of on opposite sides of that single file line, okay? So that's two great oozes. And then from there, you have one mud mephit, whatever, however you pronounce it, starts to emerge from behind the first one, meaning the one like where Lumerith was out in front of you. And he's actually a summoner, so he can summon more guys like him. There's like a 1 in 4 chance he'll do that per turn, okay?
Is he talking to me?
Not yet. I'm just giving you like the lay of the land for right now.
Gotcha.
All right, so as those bubbling surfaces begin to emerge, one in front of you, one behind the single file line, the oozes do not speak. They just kind of like amorphously, continuously shape shift into different weird abstract patterns. That summoner mud mephit that starts to emerge and start to actually like fly and hover above the mud, starts to taunt you and essentially start flying its way, almost like completely ignoring you at first, and start to fly its way over to where one of the sconces is. So he'd be, let's say, like going off to the right towards that right wall.
So is before or after I asked what the fuck is going on?
That was after, like in response to it, Lumirith basically stopped, spun around, started to get enveloped by that sludge, and started to fall backwards and disappear into the muck.
So I'm gonna turn my attention to him and ask him the same question. What the fuck is going on? What is this?
Who, the Mephit?
Yes.
Um,
Why am
he
I
goes-
trapped?
He goes, "It's a trap, nuts." And then from there,
It's a trap. What?
numbnuts.
Oh, numbnuts. Okay.
And then, as he turns to go towards that far wall, he hasn't moved yet because we're in combat. I'm just like letting you know that's where his attention's going. The fight begins, and Tyr, you're up first.
What's the closest enemy to me? Like in terms of just like the
It-
battlefield.
It would be the ooze that's just like a few feet in front of you.
I'll just charge with an Eldritch Blast for right now. See how that goes towards that ooze.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Righty. There it is. $17.
To hit?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, great. So that's definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
10.
Okay. So with 10, you start to get that blast charge coursing through your hand, expelling its way and launching like a lightning bolt through the center mass of the ooze, and you do start to feel it or start to see it like jitter around and gradually like lose like pockets of itself, like open up holes within it, like it's bubbling almost, like Swiss cheese just opening up in response in different random spots, as it takes what'd you say, 10 damage?
Alright.
No, did you say 10? Sorry.
Yes. Sorry. I thought
Yeah,
you said
yeah.
it takes 10 damage. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
I was like asking because I couldn't remember, to be honest.
No, my
Okay,
bad.
cool.
I was like, yeah,
So now
totally does.
now it looks like proper shaken up, but still a lot of juice left in the tank. All right. From there, it's actually that same. Or is that where you end your turn? Do you want to do anything else? I don't know if you have a bonus section or something, or.
I do not have a bonus section now.
Okay. So I guess that'll end your turn. From there, we go to that same gray ooze that you just attacked. From there, give me 1 second. All right, so from there, it actually descends into the surrounding mud, disappearing. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a stealth for it. Oh, okay. So it rolled a 7 overall. So it's able to start to like recover gradually from taking that damage. But because you dealt quite a big hit to it, it's kind of struggling to retake its form and shapeshift itself back into a smaller form that can more easily be reabsorbed into the surrounding mud. And so you still see like a festering, bubbling stain above where it's trying to dig back into. So it's not fully hidden not fully reabsorbed, so you can still see where it kind of is settling in. And then that's where it'll kind of end its turn. Next in the order is the other gray ooze, so that's right behind you, all the way back. So that would be right behind you, Senna, okay? So as it takes a firm enough shape, at least for a moment, it kind of congeals itself strongly enough for a moment to deal an attacking blow to you, Senna. So let's see. Alright, so it uses Pseudopad, which is a melee attack with +3. Let's see what we got. Oh shit, we're rolling bad. So it rolled a 2 +3 to get 5.
Does not hit.
Yeah, no shit. Alright, so with that, it for a moment, like, it takes a moment to solidify itself, and then it lunges towards you. And in doing so, it very, very awkwardly and ungracefully, like almost dolphin dives its way, like almost like face planting directly in front of you. And the most damage it really does is it causes like a splash of the surrounding mud to kind of like sprinkle up and hit your chest. So it just kind of like just like face plants and just like start to dissipate very slowly, like if you face planted in a bucket of fucking mud. And then from there it starts to like reorient itself and take its form and try and stand itself back up. But that'll end its turn as well. From there we got the Mud Mephit Summoner in the way back, or technically up in the way front, and he's making his way over. Let me see if he has enough movement to actually get there, especially if he's flying. Yeah, so he makes it there. Okay, so he makes his way all the way to one of the side walls, and he grabs one of the sconces, or he doesn't even grab it, he just like looks it over and looks back at you, and then with one fluid, taunting, smug like flick of his wrist, he knocks it off of the sconce, and it lands onto the surrounding mud. And as that happens, you start to see the flames of the torch start to ignite the surrounding mud all the way around you, starting very quickly, like racing, almost like the fumes that Senna was smelling were in fact like methane, very, very flammable flame. And this isn't just mud. There's something very flammable and toxic about this substance that you're all standing in. And so from this one torch, the flames start to stick themselves to basically the walls and the mud, and stick itself to basically the back, and rapidly in both directions, to the left and to the right from that side wall, start to race across, sticking to that back wall and sticking to that mud, to where now that right side wall, the wall that's on your right side, is basically the point at which it meets the mud, has like one clean line of fire that's completely gone from one end to the other end of that hall on the right side, and is slowly creeping up towards the center where you guys all are. And as he does that, he goes, oops, and then starts like giggling and kind of cackling to himself. And then that ends his turn. And then from there, we are at Alaris. What do you guys want Alaris to do? You can roll for him, you can do whatever. You can decide together even what the fuck you want to do. If you want to take a minute to strategize, you can do that.
Instead of Lars, yeah, I'm just writing down the order.
Yeah, so for reference, Alaris is
Okay. Yep, I'm I'm getting this shit up right now. Let's do. Oh, that motherfucker weird. Let's. Fuck.
What? You need help? Talk it over with Steve.
No, Steven!
Hello.
Yeah. What do you?
Stop sleeping.
What do you
I'm
want
not
Lars to do?
sleeping.
Now what the fuck? What did I hear? A bear?
Yes.
I'm trying
Okay, what's
something new
happening
with
right
my
now?
bear.
Yeah, Dan, shut up. What are we doing right now?
Trying to figure out what Alara should do in this situation.
Okay, then why don't you say anything?
Because it sounds like you're fucking taking the control of the situation, Maddie.
Well, we're doing it together. I'm seeing what I want to do, and you see what you want to do, but you didn't fucking say anything.
Hitting the reset button. What would you both like for Lars to do? And you can even take a moment to strategize what all of you should do given the situation that you're being engulfed in flames soon.
Yeah, I think, personally,
I'm gonna put like a real life timer on this, actually.
No, that's fine. I think Alara should do spider climb. And then try to, like, climb.
So you think Alara should what?
Hole. Do spider climb.
Oh, sorry. Just didn't hear you. Just spider climb. Okay.
Yeah,
can he actually turn into a spider?
Well, it's spider climb, not. He's not. What do you want to call?
He doesn't have to be a spider to.
Yeah, wild shaping. That's what it is.
Oh, he just can do that?
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch gains the ability to move up, down, and across vertical surfaces, and up, down along ceilings while leaving its hands free.
Okay, does that include himself, or are you saying you want him to use it on someone? Hello? No.
I know, I'm thinking.
No, I think
he should. I think he should give it to Senna, and then Senna can like get like up and out and try to fuck with him as best like as soon as possible, because like she can also like restrain him if need be, and just like beat the fuck out of him basically. And then like she does have the strength and stuff to pull the others out if needed to.
Okay, I like that idea. That's clever. I like it. That's creative.
That's where my mind is. Cause I don't think any other others of his spells would work unless it's like Thunder Wave, which he can like kind of like put it in the mud, put his hands underneath the mud and do Thunder Wave.
That's clever.
And see if it, like,
would that hurt all of you though? I don't know. I mean, technically it's earth, right? So it would be very conductive, I think, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if they're made of mud and sludge, I think it affects.
Right.
It also depends. It also depends on where we're standing and where everyone else is. You know what I mean? Like, we're standing in the mud. Yes.
But if the cube is touching, yeah, if the cube is like inside the mud, technically still, or touching it, right? It might shock everybody. I don't know.
Well, May.
I am timing you guys.
Sorry, I shouldn't beef jerky in my mouth. That's my bad.
sitting here talking, great idea.
Great idea to eat beef jerky? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, while we're sitting here talking about how you want to strategize when we're timed, then you just want to shove shit in your mouth.
Hey, 2 minutes left.
Okay, I say I think Alarsis gives Son of Spider Climb.
Okay, let's say he does. I don't know if you can do it. I can just roll it within his sheet, honestly.
No. You just touch somebody and it gives it to him. There's no rolls.
I don't know if like cast it or something, or at least like use the spell
it's
slot.
concentration. No, it's concentration. So he touches somebody, they automatically get it.
Okay, yeah, but it's still like a second level spell slot, so we still have to like use that slot. Okay.
Yeah, use the slot, but yeah, there's no, you don't have to roll for anything unless it's concentration.
I gotcha. Okay. So Alaris reaches over, puts his hand on Senna's shoulder or forearm, and casts it. So from there, you feel your spidey senses tingling. You feel like you have a million little hairs all standing up on the back of your neck and on your arms. And you feel like you're hungry for some mud bugs. So,
all right.
So with that, or do you end his turn?
I don't think he has any bonus actions. That ain't gonna do shit. I think he's good.
Okay, cool.
What do you think, Steve?
Oh, I think it's good.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else to do, so.
Okay, so from there, your timer actually ran out, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a penalty. So with that, the flames are starting to get closer and closer and closer. And as they do, you actually start to feel the heat emanating from it and the oxygen starting to leave this chamber and get consumed up. So I want you all to go ahead and take like 1d6 damage. As it's...
Well, you would roll that. Well, you would roll that and tell us what it is.
All right, fair enough. I can do that.
Yeah, Dan. You would tell us what that is. Sorry.
You're on thin mud right now, mister. All right. Oh, shit. Lucky you guys. You both take one HP damage. I rolled a 1.
Ooh, very nice.
All right. All right. Another 5 minutes on the clock.
Alright, Senna's gonna Spidey climb up to Fuckhead McGee, get as close as she can, and then she's gonna take both hands and swing the axe right at his chest.
Okay. So you make your way and power through the mud. I would say that you have like a bit of a disadvantage, but in terms of just like making your way through it, but
well,
it's close enough. Well, no, I just mean like before you even get to the wall.
Oh.
But it's fine. You basically have it's close enough to where it shouldn't be too much of a factor. All right, so you make your way over and go ahead and roll to hit.
14.
That is a hit. All right, nice. So let me go ahead here. Wait, Tia, are you at? Did you end up doing like a long rest? Are you at 10 HP?
Oh, I forgot to actually add the long rest. That's my bad.
You're good. Do a long rest, then just take 1 HP off.
How do you do a long rest? Oh, there we go. Gotcha. Just figure it out. Yep, we're good. Take a long rest.
Yeah, and just subtract 1. Okay. So from there. All right. So you take a swing at the summoner, and he's been cackling to himself like he's told himself the funniest fucking joke he's ever heard.
And what's that, Mr. Fuckface?
Well, it's this whole trap. It's a whole theatrical production.
Oh, the whole thing is the joke.
He doesn't get a lot of attention down here, and so this is a lot of entertainment. It's kind of a big dopamine spike for him. So he's absolutely loving it, but his cackling is briefly interrupted as you go ahead and swing your axe, slashing through his right arm, and even catching part of his wing. So he even like stumbles a little bit. So how much damage was that, by the way, Maddie?
12.
12. Okay. So you really fucking knocked him. Okay, so let me go ahead and 12 damage. So, and then actually I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to roll for his fucking percent chance to actually spawn somebody, but it's okay. I'll do it next time if there is next time.
Yeah, you do it on his turn. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I forgot. I'll do it next time. It's not a big deal. Okay, so he takes like a big fucking chunk of damage. You slice through his arm, actually cleaving his left arm clean off, and even nicking like a good chunk off of his wing, to the point where he's like flapping very erratically. He's in a lot of pain and losing a lot of blood, and he kind of very quickly smacks down into the mud as he's trying to like prop himself back up and regain balance. But he's effectively out of the air now.
Okay. And then you said he's what again? Sorry.
No, he's out of, he's not flying anymore. He's on the mud down in front of you now.
Far?
He's right in front of you. It's like
Okay.
even like a foot, less than a foot.
Oh, okay. Then I just want to just invoke rage, and then that's my turn.
Okay, sweet. So with that, we can go ahead and move over. And we're back at the top of the order with Tyr.
Okay, I want to try something that, since we're in attack mode at this point, I want to try something I wanted to try for a while. I didn't know if this was a thing I could do. But could I take a dagger and sort of, I don't know if if it's enchant is the right word, but just put damage into it based off of an Eldritch Blast and launch that at a person, so it does extra damage?
Okay, that's a cool idea. I like it. Let me think about it for a second to see how, and help me guys like theorycraft about like how this would need to work game mechanically to make it happen. Because I do want to let you do it because I think it's cool.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you could cast a spell through.
It's not like an imbue. It's just like I want to try and see if I can use the dagger alongside of an Eldritch Blast.
Like at the same time, like using the Eldritch Blast through the dagger.
Kinda. I almost want to use the dagger as like a conduit, but it's not like I'm imbuing this dagger with Eldritch Blast.
Unless the dagger is like enchanted with like this like set ability, you can't. You
So
can't
So if I were to use a dagger with my Eldritch Blast, I'd have to literally Eldritch
two
Blast
separate.
and then dagger. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Unless the item specifically has like an enchant or whatever like on the weapon itself. Or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, because I guess they're two different actions. Do you have like a bonus action that would count as like throwing it or something?
I do technically, but it's not like I can do anything that,
Well, he doesn't. Well, you don't have any bonus actions.
Yeah, I just about to say I don't really have any bonus actions now that I look. Yeah.
Actions in combat, 2-weapon fighting, unarmed strike.
Did we level up at any point?
Nope.
I feel like we did.
You're at level 3, all you guys, so you've been leveling.
I've been at level 3 just because I have I'm multi-class. I know that. But
no, we've been level 3 for a hot second.
Fair enough. Let me just cut this short and say I'll just throw an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Do you want to do something with? You want to do something with your dagger to like set it up for next time or something, or what are you thinking?
If I use an Eldritch Blast to launch my dagger faster at the thing, does that count?
Well,
Almost as like a little boon. I'm trying to think of a way that I can like actually like use my shit creatively.
Yeah, I like it. We'll say you can do it. But because there isn't really like a game mechanic for it, I'm gonna say maybe roll with disadvantage. When it comes to see if it hits or not.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that seems
So-
fair.
so-
I was
so-
about to say like DM discretion.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, I don't really imagine there's anything besides DM's discretion. But what would you like me to roll for that?
So roll
Like roll the
two
hit,
d20.
but with
So
advantage.
yeah, so roll two d20s and take the lower roll, and then that'll be the
Okay.
one that you use to see if it hits or not.
Mhm. So
9.
do d20s, take the lower roll, and then add your spell attack modifier.
There you go.
Spell tech modifier.
Mhm.
Where would I look for that in?
It would just be your wisdom.
It's a
Modifier.
3. It's a 3.
Yeah, it would just
for
be your
you.
wisdom modifier.
Okay, so 12.
Is it a 3 for him, Natty? Because his wisdom is +2.
I'm looking straight at it. I'm looking at it right now.
Why is it a?
My wisdom is
Maybe
plus
is it?
3.
Is it because he's like rogue also, so you add in the rogue, or how does that work? Let me see. Wait, maybe I'm wrong, because when I go to mine, the spell attack is +5, so what the fuck? Then yours, Tears is +3.
I don't have.
No, Maddie, you're right, it's +3, but I'm trying to think why it's +3, because I thought that you're just using wisdom.
don't know much about spell casting, so I can't really tell you.
No, you're fine. You're correct though, but I'm just trying to think of like why is it 3 and not 2? Because I really did think that you're supposed to use your wisdom modifier. I don't know what else you're missing. Either way, I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, so just add 3 to whatever. You said 12?
Yes, 12.
Okay, let me check the sheet. But if I remember right, that is, yep. Because his AC is yeah. His AC is 9, so that is a hit. So go ahead and roll for damage.
It says it's your proficiency bonus plus your spell casting ability modifier, which is
His proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so it's a spell attack modifier is dictated by a character's proficiency bonus and their primary spell casting ability modifier, i.e., intelligence, wisdom, charisma.
Okay, so he has a
proficiency bonus plus
right. So his the
modifier.
fact that he's a warlock gives him a +1 modifier, and you're adding that to his +2 wisdom, so that's +3.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Appreciate you. That makes sense. Yeah, that. Okay. Well, but then that doesn't. Okay, but then for Alaris, he has a modifier of +3, but he also has a wisdom. I don't know. Let's not get into it for now. I'll look it up after because I am curious. Oh, it's your intelligence? I thought it's your wisdom for spellcasting.
There's more to that.
Okay.
Interrupted.
I'm
It
so
says
sorry, go ahead.
it says IE intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
Okay, so I guess it just depends. I don't know on.
Oh, okay. So wizards, it's intelligence. Clerics and druids, it's wisdom.
Okay, I'm
Sorcerers,
biased.
warlocks, bards, and paladins, it's charisma.
Oh, okay. Because then if we look at his charisma is a +1 and his intelligence +2, so that's making more sense. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, because in my brain I'm like, no, it's wisdom, just because I'm used to druid. I guess I thought that was for everybody for spellcasting. Okay, cool. Thank you.
I didn't know that. Learn shit every day.
Yeah, there you go. Bring that over for your other campaign. You're actually using some hostile spells. Okay, let me go back to the encounter sheet. Okay, so that's a hit. So if you go ahead and roll for damage, Steve. Okay. So you unsheath your dagger and launch it out in front of you, and as it kind of like soars through the air, you start charging up your Eldritch Blast. Give me 1 second to like fact check some shit, because there's some interesting stuff that happens with Grey Oozes when it comes to some shit, so I need to say the right way to do this. Because, so for Grey Oozes, it says non-magical ammunition is destroyed immediately after hitting the ooze and dealing any damage. Any non-magical weapon takes a cumulative -1 penalty to attack rolls immediately after dealing. But we're kind of combining it, and it's going to be somewhat infused. So we're assuming the Eldritch Blast will hit at the same time, kind of. So I'll kind of negate this nonsense for now. So as it's soaring through the air, you start charging up your Eldritch Blast and cast it, and the kind of lightning-ish array starts to like jaggedly and in a frenzy starts to rush after and chase the dagger through the air, kind of reaching out, wrapping it around the handle, kind of supercharging and giving it that little oomph, and almost pulling it in and then pushing, like forcing it out. It makes contact with the ooze, sticks inside center mass, and starts to act kind of as like a lightning rod as the rest of the Eldritch Blast tacks onto it and gets absorbed and starts to course its way through this amorphous, disgusting, body of sludge, taking 5 damage. It's now looking really, really hurt, and like it's on its last legs pretty much any minute here. And that blade is still stuck inside of him. So with that, we'll move over to the other Grey Ooze, who is over by Alaris. So with that, he'll go ahead and do a melee. 1 second, and try and attack Alaris with it. Wow, they're rolling so bad. Okay. So he fucking once again tries to wind itself into like almost like a baseball, like getting ready to pitch itself at Alaris, and reducing itself down into like even just like the size of a grapefruit, and launches itself, but because it's a dumb pile of sludge, it doesn't really see where it's going, and it launches itself over Alaris' shoulder and lands on the ground just behind him, dealing no damage to him. So with that, we'll move back to the summoner method, who now I will remember to see if he summons anybody. He does not. And I'm trying to see, is that an action or does that just happen passively? Because if I just used it, I just used it. Okay.
I think so.
The method has 25% chance summoning one. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's passive. It sounds like it. In that case, he'll go ahead and try a weapon melee attack against you, Senna. So go ahead and roll for him. He rolls a 19 to hit. And then it's 1d6 plus 1 of damage. Alright, so why isn't it? It's not adding the modifier. He rolls a 3. So he does 3 damage to you.
What kind of damage?
Bludgeoning.
Hey, so that's half rounded down to 1. I'm raging.
Oh, that's really sick. Okay, sweet. Alright, so, okay, very nice. You guys are fucking killing it. And in the time that it's taken for that last series of, like, turns, the flames have started to rise higher and higher and even encroach their way even closer to you. So go ahead and take, let's say 2d6 this time. So that's 3. Oh shit, and another 3. As I was like rolling it in my head, I was like, maybe I should just double the 3 and not roll again. But then I rolled another 3 anyway. So go ahead and take, everybody can take 6 damage just from like the flames and like gradually suffocating you.
6 fire damage.
Yeah, I mean, well, it wouldn't even be fire necessarily because it would be like, because you're not being burned, you're being like suffocated. I would just say 6 damage straight. I don't know if it matters.
I don't think it's slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning, so that's fine.
Oh, then maybe I would have to do like a con saving throw for it. But either way, I mean, either way, it's whatever. For the sake of simplicity, we can save fire damage if you care.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I would say next time it would be like a con saving throw. Yeah, probably should have been. Either way.
It's all good, we're learning.
Yep. I'm trying to do something new with this fight, so bear with me.
Oh, good. I'm liking how this fight's going, so.
Sweet. Tyr, did you also take 6?
Yes.
Alright, sweet. So, with that, we are at Alaris' turn, so what do you want him to do?
So, the fuckhead's in the shit, right? In the mud?
The one by you? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I want Alaris to cast a 2nd level Thunder Wave. And Thunder Wave is a cube, so you can position the cube, how, like, you want it. So I want to position the cube that's, like, just on this fuckhead and maybe, like, a sludge, if it's possible. It's a 15-foot cube. If possible, and, like, and try to miss, everybody. So, like, try to miss Tyr, Lars, and myself.
Okay.
But try to get as many of those sludge motherfuckers as possible, and the summoner guy.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there's like a way to compensate for it, since we don't really have like the grid and we're using a little bit of liberty just in our brains.
I mean, just whatever like you're thinking. I mean, because you know this world better than we do. It's just a 15-foot cube, so whatever you think fits in it, that misses us. And I'll believe you.
Okay, just give me a second to think about it. So, if it's a 15-foot cube, I could make a case that you could position it in a way that would like clip the.
So I want to do how like
enemies.
they do in like Critical Role, like they position it like
yeah.
How like very like meticulously.
Yeah, no, I like it, and I think if we had a grid, it'd be easier, you know. Fair enough. So I think you could make a reasonable case that'd be like, there should be a way to position it in such a way. There's enough room in this like cavern, to where you could position it in a way that at the very least like clips the enemies and misses you guys. I think that's fair, especially since you guys are doing very well and creative with this fight. It makes sense.
So every person or everything that's inside of this attack has to make a Constitution 13 saving throw.
Okay. I'm gonna just roll one for all of them. Where my there it is.
You do you, boo boo.
Okay, that's a 2.
Yes.
All right, so
I'll pick 3d8.
3d8 for damage. Okay.
3d thunder.
I guess I would just cast it then, and it should roll for me, or.
If you click the damage thing next to the where it says
there
effect in the column, you just click
Yeah,
that.
so that's 14 damage.
Okay. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's 14 damage to everything in that cube.
Correct. Yep. Okay, so give me 1 second to look at the numbers. Okay, that's 1, 2. Okay. So this. All right. So this will kill the first gray ooze dead ahead. And it'll leave the summoner method on 1 HP, and then it'll like half the other gray ooze. So let's just say, how do you want to do this for the gray ooze and for the method? The method doesn't die, but it's like 1 HP, so you can get creative with him too.
Alaris is pissed off that he's in this mud shit. He wants to get the flying the fuck out of here because it's also ruining his cape. So he takes his hands inside the mud and he casts claps his hand together and casts thunder wave underneath the mud, and when he casts it, the mud reverberates like a fucking hot tub, and yeah. I don't have anything after that.
No, I love it. That's awesome. I like Alaris coming into his power for a little bit because the druids are so underpowered before they start to get proper spells. It's crazy.
Yes.
So okay. Which let you bully the fuck out of me for a while, by the way. Okay, so from there, Alaris kind of clasps his hands together, start to summon and gradually conjure up this lightning infused attack. As he does so, the ripples and bubbles and waves start to course through the mud and the muck, traveling in all directions towards each of the enemies, coursing up their bodies. And that bubbling and rippling effect that's happening on the surface of the mud itself starts to continue up the surface of the skin of these fucking like mud monsters themselves as well, as you start to see the first gray ooze dead ahead being pulled in more aggressively and bubble erratically in different directions, almost like there's just like pockets of air and lightning inside of his body trying to get out and looking for different ways, pressing up the insides of the walls of his skin erratically in a bunch of different ways to try and like almost tear him apart. In doing so, he finally the first one just bursts in a discharge of lightning that reaches up and actually crackles in the sky or up towards the ceiling, briefly with a crackle illuminating the entire chamber with this strong lightning wave, and he disperses into the mud into 1,000 little droplets like he never even existed to begin with, and that goes there goes one of the gray oozes. So he's down. And then as this is happening, we see a similar effect starts to reach that mud mephit, and he's on half a broken wing, already bleeding out. He's taken a ton of damage, but he's just barely able to cling on. He's flapping desperately with his one broken wing to breach the surface of the mud that was pulling him in, to where he's up in the air for a little bit and able to avoid the full effects of being just completely overtaken by this mud and lightning attack. So he's dropped down to 1 HP now. So he's on his last fucking legs. And then we see a similar scene looking at the other gray ooze as he's pretty shaken up, but he's got he dropped down to half HP himself. Or he's down to 8 now. Alright, solid attack. That was dope.
Hell yeah.
And with that, we go to Senna.
Senna's gonna see that thunder wave fucked up this asshole, and she's gonna go ahead and take a swing at the summoner guy.
Okay. Yeah, you're right fucking next to him. He's like bleeding out. He's like, I'm sorry, it's not funny anymore. Like, he's just not laughing anymore.
You said he was at 1, right?
Yeah, he's at 1 HP. So go ahead and tell me. Assuming you hit the AC, you can tell me how you want to do it.
I'll do.
Roll the hit and see what you want to do.
Okay, so I'll do this. So saying that he's like super fucked up and Senna's like pissed because she wants to get the fuck out of here. What she's gonna do is she's gonna take like her axe back and she's gonna take her fist and just and hit him straight in the fucking head.
Okay, roll with advantage.
So it's an unarmed strike, so it automatically does 1 damage plus my strength modifier.
Okay, but you still have to roll
So
to see if it hits, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can roll with advantage. He's so fucked up, Maddie.
He has
It's
one
not funny
health.
anymore. I want to go home.
Someone please end my life.
I could be
Yeah,
watching
that
Mud Method
18?
Gossip Girl. Okay, yep, 18's a hit and a half. All right, and how do you want to do this? Explain it in gross detail.
So Senna's really fucking pissed off because they just met this asshole not too long ago and he like swallowed them up, right? Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
Who the Mud Method? He didn't swallow you up.
No,
Well,
no,
no, he's like in on this trap. You mean, or what do you mean? Oh, Lumerith. So Lumerith
Yeah.
Lumerith disappeared into the mud. You don't know where the fuck he went. He got like
Oh fuck!
over.
I thought this fucker was Lumerith the whole time.
No.
Okay,
Oh my
my
bad. No. So what happened was, one of the gray oozes actually enveloped Lumerith's body, dragged him down, basically protected him, took him somewhere you don't know where, and then the ooze monster itself resurfaced without Lumerith. The method is a separate.
That makes a fuck ton more sense. Okay, so Senna's like really like fucking pissed off because she's fucking out of here. She doesn't want to deal with any of this fucking bullshit. So she just like winds up a punch and just hits him straight in the fucking face. Is he made out of like straight mud, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let me double check. But that was my understanding because they're elementals, right? So, let me see. Small elemental. Yeah, I think he's just made out of mud.
Okay, so she takes his fist and when she goes and punches him, she punches him straight in like the fucking mouth. And when her hand goes in his mouth, she rips up to take off his fucking head. And it disintegrates and it goes back into the mud.
Okay, you fucking charge up your fist, slam it straight through, crushing his calcified mud crusty head, shattering it into like the piece of a very, very old like just clay fucking pot, digging your like tiger paw like claw fist along with his like skull deeper into the earth, and then pulling it back out, and then shaking your fucking hand off to get rid of the excess mud as he disappears. And the final gray ooze is, he doesn't have facial expressions, but you can tell he's totally fucking he's seen the worst of it by now. So as the Mephit dies and the other ooze dies, we have one more gray ooze remaining at 8 HP. And just by the way he's like undulating, you can tell he's very, very scared of you.
When I kill the other one, I just kind of just like snap my head towards him and just give him like a really like a dirty angry face. Like,
Okay,
fuck him up.
go ahead and do you want to roll intimidation? I don't know if you can you do that in combat?
I don't think so, but I just want to look at him, scare him.
Okay, let's say you do, and if you want to attack him, like if Senna attacks him, she gets advantage on him.
Well, I only had the one attack.
No, like I guess next time,
Oh.
assuming she gets there. I don't know though. Either way, he's extra scared. I think that's fair to say. I think it
Okay.
worked. Okay. So do you end your turn there?
Yes.
All right, sweet.
I have nothing else.
All right, so that brings us to the top of the order, back to Tyr. So, for reference, this gray ooze is on the opposite end of the marching order, but it's within walking distance. You could get to that ooze if you want to, or you could do a range attack, whatever you want to do.
So I'm.
I mean, there's one guy and he's at 8 HP. Fight's almost over.
I know, but I want to get creative with the way that I attack.
How about you just like whip your dick out, piss on it?
Nah.
Eldritch Blast through my penis!
This is Eldic Blast.
Eldic Blast.
That's a good name.
It's my
Eldic
signature
Blast.
move. It sounds almost Spanish.
I'll
It's
just
fucking
attack.
ole.
Says this person, well, not a person, the fucking blobba ooze is like literally so close to dead. Can I just attack it?
Yeah.
Okay.
With
so,
what?
What do you think's gonna hit better, Maddie? A dagger or an Eldritch Blast?
Okay.
Can you
That
still Eldritch
is
Breath, or are you
a-
not out of slots for it?
No, it's a cantrip. But keep doing it.
It is a cantrip.
Oh, because I saw it on your spell list too, so I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's a cantrip. He's fine.
I was reading it wrong.
Well,
Yeah,
first
you're
of all,
right.
you need to equip your dagger, so I would equip it.
God, Maddie, let's just
It's-
use our fucking imagination on this.
Why? Cause I don't know what the plus modifier is on this forehead. Can't fucking remember.
Neither can
Is it
I.
your strength? I think it's your strength. Fucking yeah. Hang on.
Hang on.
So okay, yours is what's the fucking -1? Oh boy. Hang on.
What are you trying to say?
What the dagger's plus shit is? Cause I don't know. Okay, I can't remember off the top of my fucking head what it is. Like what the his modifier is.
Oh, fuck it. Let me just do an Eldritch Blast. My god, make it easy. Alright, so let me roll for hit. Roll for hit. 16.
All right, that is a hit. So go ahead and roll for damage.
7.
Okay. So as you unleash yet another near like deadly blow to it, you see it start to just shake and quiver and screech in dying breaths, but it's just barely savagely clinging on to 1 HP. Hold on, let me redo that. There. And with just 1 HP left, you see it starting to like lose its shape and become almost like a puddle of like discolored ooze, sitting very, very like sadly and broken up on top of the larger pit of mud that you're all in. so there's still 1 HP on it.
It's
I'm gonna
that
throw a
turn,
dagger.
right?
I'm gonna throw a dagger.
Can
You
you?
can't have 2 actions, bro.
Bonus action.
You don't have any bonus
Yeah.
actions.
Let it happen. Just let it happen.
No.
Let it happen.
I'm gonna
think
go
I'm
with
raping
I'm gonna go with
somebody.
Maddie on this one.
Fuck you! God damn it!
Well, you
You
don't
don't-
have another action.
A bonus action
I
is a
know,
pretty
but
like
I wanna-
core basic thing.
But I wanted to be cool. God damn it!
Fair enough. We gotta respect the rule of cool, but I feel like I let you do it last time too, though.
I know you did. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay, so with that, we'll go to Alaris. What do you want him to do?
All right.
Alaris,
Alar-
throw a dagger at it.
No. Lars is just gonna. He's gonna. I want him to do an unarmed strike and just poke it.
Okay.
Like
After that,
like he's poking a bubble. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
okay.
It's got to be aggressive. This is a blob. It's
No.
not a bubble.
Well, I want to poke it like a bubble. I ain't call it
Yeah.
a bubble. I said poke it like a bubble.
Yeah. Well, what if this thing is not like a bubble?
It's
I
an
didn't say it was
oozing.
a fucking bubble.
Oh my lord. Okay. So, after that very intense last attack from Alaris, he's feeling like a little bit of swagger in his step. For once, he got some serious fucking damage off. So, he's a conservationist. He's an animal lover. He's a nature lover. So he wants to conserve his energy here too. And he basically very calmly walks over with a little bit of swagger in his step and waddles on over until he finds the oozing, sad little puddle of sludge that remains of this monster. Squats down on it, winds his hand back, and tries to poke it like a bubble. Let's see what that unarmed strike would be, though. Hit DC damage.
It's your strength.
So what is it? Just like plus? Okay, so it's like 20,
D20 plus
but it's a
three.
D20 plus 3. Okay, let's roll a physical one because I like it. So that's 6 plus 3 is 9. Did we get him? We hit him because his AC is 9 also. So just enough to not make Alaris feel foolish.
Fuck yeah.
And so with that, is there a certain way you want him to pop this bubble, or is there anything else you want to
No,
add?
just a slight poke.
All right.
Like,
He just winds his hand back ever so slightly and strikes true with his index finger and just go. And then
Yep.
the sludge kind of starts to disintegrate from that center point wherein his finger poked through and starts to like fizzle and bubble and fade away. The surrounding fire is continuing to blaze though, getting you to kind of like hustle a little bit, I would say, or indicating that you probably should. But with that, the combat encounter has ended. Congratulations. You guys are relatively unscathed. I think you did pretty good there. Some creative choices there too. That was sick.
Thank you.
All right. And let me find my place really quickly. So from there, what do you guys want to do?
I want to so Spider Climb does have an hour, like that's like the spell duration. So what I want to do is kind of like go on like the ceiling or the wall or whatever, how I can get closest to Cheer and Alaris, and I'm gonna say, "Come on, let's go," and then I'm gonna like bring down my arms so they can like hold on, like I can hold on to them.
Just like a claw machine.
Spider Climb and just ride the fucking wall, dude.
Okay, you're just like crawling on. You're just like you have one arm down, like almost like a claw machine, like one of those like at the arcade to get the stuffed plushies, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
just like grappling up each of them. Go ahead and roll strength with advantage.
It was gonna be advantage anyways. Because I'm still raging technically.
Oh,
That
okay.
is a 16.
All right, let's do it. So you reach down, with three of your limbs still crawling and attached to. Are you on the wall or on the ceiling?
Whatever I could get close. That's fuck
Oh,
ceiling.
okay, whatever. You're on the ceiling, but with three of your limbs on it, but with one arm outstretched downward. They all grab onto it, like, or they both grab onto it, like it's a life-saving rope, and you very awkwardly with your three limbs, like almost like a possessed crab yourself, start to crawl your way back. And then as they're looking up at you from this downward angle, you remind them so much of a demented freak show crab, that they start to look at the arm that they're holding onto extra closely just to make sure it's not turning into a crab rangoon once again. And then from there, you make your way across the corridor. Finally, out from that main area, you start to see the ending of the mud pit and the more solid terrain and dirt, coming outside of the other end of it. And I'm guessing you drop them there, or you drop I'll drop down. How do you want to do that?
Yep.
Okay. So you kind of plop them all down. They kind of land on their butts. You're all kind of like a little bit exhausted. You've been inhaling a little bit too much methane and smoke and just oxygen deprivation. You're covered in fucking mud. You're a little bit scratched up. You're pretty fucking pissed off that this newbie betrayed you so quickly. And as that is happening, you start to feel Kyra's lantern shake and rattle a little bit. Almost like she's trying to get your attention.
Okay, well, Tyr has it, right?
So
Yeah.
I look at the lantern and say, Kaya, what are you trying to tell us?
Something was very wrong with with the new traveling companion.
What?
And?
I sense his soul had been corrupted.
In what way?
It no longer felt like the essence that we once salvaged from the icy waters and returned down the depths of the staircase to his body. That soul was cold and sad, but it was a soul drowned in sorrow and truth, but a soul not nonetheless. The one that betrayed us felt different, felt corrupted, manipulated.
Is there any way we can act on that now?
I don't know where he went. I don't know what possessed him or what possesses him. I just know the reading I got from him was different from when I last guided him to his body.
Do you feel that soul now?
It's
Do you
not
still
amongst
feel it?
us. It's not in the vicinity, no.
I knew I had a bad feeling about that bastard.
Well, Alaris chimes in. Well, she's saying it might not even be that bastard that betrayed us.
I'm just saying him in general. That vessel of a thing.
Vessel of a thing. My mom always told me, don't trust blue people.
I don't want to be racist, but I'm thinking it.
So where do you suggest we go from here? If he wasn't as trustworthy as we thought he would be, where does that land us?
There are sure to be more perils, deceptions, corruptions ahead. But the only place we can go. Forward.
Forward?
And with that,
It's my girl.
and with that, we will end the session and pick it up next week.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Did we get through that a lot faster than you thought, or no? Or was right on pace?
So much slower. I
Damn.
swear to God.
I imagine.
I try to hustle that shit too.
No, I don't want
No,
you
I
to hustle
imagine.
it. I want you to do it
Well,
at your
I
own
mean,
pace
like-
and have fun with it.
Yeah, but I also don't want to fucking walk 2 feet every fucking
Nah.
session.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Like I had much bigger like story shit to get to, so there's like a ton left technically. It's weird. There was like a lot of stuff in this session. I didn't really know what the pacing would be like because there's a lot of like big story stuff that I was thinking we would do, and we still got to like a little bit of it. But it was one of the few times where I didn't like really over prepare. So I'm starting to feel more comfortable being like, these are the plot points, and I'll be able to figure it out and improvise the scene details or whatever as we go, and I'll let you guys take whatever reins and take it on different directions and make choices as we go. So this was like a big difference for me because it had way less like pre-prepared like stuff to read off of. Like I didn't do any reading basically. The only reading I did was like in reading the descriptions for the items that you got basically, which was new for me. But the overall like plot layout is still here in case I need to like reference it. But that was cool. I really love how creative you guys got with the fights and using your resources and the different spells in creative ways and like the terrain and all that shit.
Oh, good. Because expect more of it in the future.
Sweet. I'm gonna hold you to it. What'd
So,
y'all think?
oh, sorry. What? We all talked at the same time. So,
What are you saying, Dan?
I just said what'd y'all think, so I wanted to, like you guys are gonna talk about
It was good. I thought we were gonna get like kind of like spat back out like where we were and like have like Lumerith drown. That's where I thought you were gonna go with it instead of being like pushed into like a mine cave. So I mean that was a little different than I was like initially like anticipating, but it was really good. I had a fun time.
I enjoyed it. I really liked it. Honestly, there's a lot here that I could see where you're trying to go. Good shit.
Minus breaking those fucking glass vials to my fucking dumbass. I was honestly genuinely pissed off about that. But other than that, pretty solid.